Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/secretspiceoflife. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Welcome to some shit that's considered legendary.
Hey, what is going on, you variety-loving people? I hope you already had some spice to your day. Welcome back to Secret Spice of Life. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jordan.
And if you're new to the podcast, welcome. I hope you brought your Marvel comic books and your favorite Marvel movie cameos, because today we're talking about one of the gods, one of the greats, one of the biggest names in Marvel cinematic history, or Marvel history in general, or even in the whole superhero universe, if you will, Stan Lee. So if you guys don't know, for some reason, if you somehow missed this completely, Stan Lee passed away on November 12th, which was, what now? Like
That was last Saturday, right?
No, Monday.
Today's the 18th, okay. Yeah.
No, today's the 17th. No, today's the 18th. Yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, so we're recording this on Sunday.
Okay, you had me confused for a second.
Yeah, it was Monday, though. Yeah. But, so, yeah, he passed away. And but we were talking to, if you guys haven't seen our previous podcast with Alex Hands, he said that a lot of people may not even know who Stan Lee was, but when he dies, you'll know who he is.
But that's crazy though. Like there were so many people that like parents' age, like mom and dad's age.
Yeah. Like
so many people that you go around and like I said that to them when they came home from work. I'm like, Stan Lee like passed away today, and they're like, who's that? Like I was like,
what? Like
people that even watch those movies, like I feel like some people don't know who Stan Lee is for whatever reason, even though he makes a cameo in every single movie.
Yeah, the funny thing is that they have his name like separate from everybody else's in like credits too. Like if you ever paid attention.
No, I never.
It's a cameo, like it's always like cameo, and they put like whatever he was, like the FedEx guy in one of the movies.
Oh yeah, that was in
Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think it's the first
Man
one.
3?
I think it's the first one.
That was the newest one.
Oh, was it?
It was after what's his name gets hurt. What's his friend's name?
I don't know. I'm not good with names.
I know. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When he's rehabbing in his house or whatever, he comes up to the door with that package.
Yeah.
He's like, are you Tony Stank?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy that they didn't know who he was, especially because I don't know if Dad ever did, or Mom. I know Mom definitely didn't, but like I don't know if Dad ever read like comics when he was little or anything like that.
Guess not.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I was thinking about today was I remember when we were little. I don't know how little we were, but I remember I had like the origin story of like Spider-Man like comic books. I don't know if it was like the actual like comic book or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to it. I think it got like ruined or something. We spilled water on it and I threw it away because I was little and I didn't know. But I remember I used to read that all the time. And if you guys don't know, Spider-Man is like one of like Stan Lee's like best creations like ever.
Wasn't that his first like Marvel creation?
Oh well, no, his first quote unquote big break was apparently Captain America. I was reading about that today.
Oh,
yeah.
I always thought Spider-Man was like his like baby.
I don't know.
Probably.
Unless that was like his own thing, but he might have co-wrote on like Captain America or something like that. Yeah, but I didn't know that.
No, but I mean like he's written so many like Marvel comics.
Oh yeah, I was reading.
There's so many superhero comics.
He like wrote a lot, and he co-wrote on a lot. I know he did like a bunch of X-Men and like Fantastic Four and stuff like that.
I mean, like it's crazy. Like I was reading something before we started here. Like he was like an assistant at a comic book company. It was called like Timely Comics, I think.
Yeah.
In 1939, that was like his first real job.
Yeah.
And then it turned into Marvel, and he became like the leading publisher or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then he ended up becoming like
president. But you know what his first job was at Marvel? I read about this.
I can't remember.
He filled the ink wells for the printers and stuff.
That's probably what he did as an assistant.
Yeah.
Before it was actually Marvel Comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, I know. He started from the bottom, like literally.
Yeah, but I mean, we were kind of talking about this before. Like, what do you who do you think's the most relatable Marvel superhero? Like, as in a regular person, relatable.
You said Spider-Man before, but I can't think of like.
Spider-Man's probably the most relatable for like a younger kid, probably.
Yeah.
Like, because he actually does go through things in like in high school and stuff, like actual problems.
I don't know. I said Captain America, but you said no.
I mean, like mental wise, but I mean, like I don't like how like he's
a super soldier.
How do you say it? I mean, he's like enhanced by drugs.
He's a super soldier.
He's enhanced as a person. I mean, I guess the situations he goes through are still real life.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing about Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, I know he got bit by the spiders.
Yeah, remember in like the OG Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, where he gets in the fight in high school, and the first time he fights the kid, he gets his ass beaten, and then the second time he beats the hell out of the kid.
He's powerful, more powerful.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think of other ones. Thor, definitely not, because he's a Greek god.
Yeah, I mean, he said Iron Man because he's like rich.
I was gonna say Loki, but Loki's
he's a
not
god.
Really,
he's a god too.
Anyway, but he's like kind of a villain. But,
yeah.
I mean, Tony Stark in a sense. If you're rich, then yeah, I guess you can relate to him.
Yeah.
And because he lives the lavish life.
I guess.
But I don't know. Hawkeye's a regular guy, I guess, technically. Yeah, all he does is a bow and stuff and powerful arrows to kill people.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. Like in, I think it was Ultron, where they went and met his family at the cabin or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he looked like he lived a normal life, like to me.
I mean, like if you watch the Marvel movies, which one's like the situations they're put into, which one would be the most relatable is what I'm thinking about. I mean, like, Spider-Man would probably be it because he's the only one that actually lives a normal life, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I guess Captain America lives a normal life before he becomes Captain America, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, that's...
Because he's still, like, Peter Parker still lives a normal life after he becomes Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
nobody knows he's Spider-Man until, like, people find out.
But nobody... I mean, okay, I was going to say nobody knows Tony Stark's Iron Man, but they do. Everybody does.
Everybody knows that, yeah.
I don't know. That's like hard, and I can't think of anybody. I mean, I'd say Deadpool would know because he's like an assassin.
Yeah, he's a merc.
He's a merc. Yeah.
Before he gets cancer and turns into a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, Black Widow. I guess maybe she doesn't really have any superpowers, right?
Yeah, but she like literally works for like S.H.I.E.L.D. That's like a government agency. Technically,
she's a secret agent, pretty much. I mean, I guess if you like certain kind of jobs, people can relate to it, I guess. Yeah. If you're a government official.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other. I don't know.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
But I guess like through, I mean, like they don't have to be completely relatable like people, but I mean like through the movies and stuff, he taught like relatable situations and stuff that people would go through. Even though they're not exactly the same as a normal person would be.
Oh yeah, I know for sure. If again like back to the thing how he said, if you don't know who Stan Lee is, like if you've ever watched any Marvel movie from like 2004 and up, then you've definitely seen Stan Lee at least a handful of times.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, like he's how many total cameos has he been in?
There's been like over 20 movies, I think. So
has he been? He's been in every one.
Every one of them, yeah. He's been in every movie.
Like I never knew before, but they count the original Hulk movies as part of the
it's the first
Avengers.
That's
series.
That's the first one.
I never knew they counted those. So because isn't it a different actor?
It's
I forget what the heck his name.
I know what he looks like. I can't put a finger on the name.
He was on Bruce Willis's comedy roast, I think, on Comedy Central. I'm pretty sure he was on there with him because they're like friends, I think.
I don't know.
I forget the heck his name is now though. I would know if I searched.
He's been in like a bunch of movies though. Like I can't put my finger on it.
Popular actor.
Yeah, but while you find that, and while we're on the topic of cameos, what is like your favorite cameo from like Stan Lee? And I remembered this one. This is like the first one I thought of too. Like as soon as I was thinking about this question.
Oh. I mean, like the Tony Stank one's funny, but like that's like one that for some reason sticks in my head because I think I saw a video of it like recently. But like that's one that sticks in my head. Like a lot of them don't really stick because he's only in it for like a split second, and then that's it. Oh, the one where he's the bus driver in the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. When he yells at him or something. Haven't you kids ever seen superheroes before? Does he say that?
Yeah, he says something like that.
That one's pretty funny too. What was yours?
The most unexpected one where nobody expected the movie because he didn't rate it on it or anything like that. He had nothing to do with his Deadpool. when when he goes in the strip club to kill those dudes. He's in the
oh,
strip club. He's a DJ. Yeah, that's my favorite one by far. And before we got on here, I was like reading up on like cameos to see like what other ones like I didn't think of, and that was like my favorite. I think it was number like 9 or 10 on like the list out of like I don't know how many they had, but. And they said it was under the article of they said that Deadpool should take over his cameos now since like Deadpool isn't like in the original like Marvel universe technically.
That would be something. Like what if they just throw him into like one little like 10-second spot into every movie and he just like swore?
Yeah.
Like said something nasty.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That's their new thing.
Yeah.
But Edward Norton was
that's
Hulk, and then Lou Ferrigno was like the original.
Oh yeah. He's like like when they used to paint people green.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but Edward Norton was on that roast of Bruce Willis on Comedy Central.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, I think that would be hilarious if they put like Deadpool in that position now, like for him. And somebody, I mean, that's like something I actually looked forward to in like the Marvel movies. I'm like, how are they gonna fit Stan Lee into this somehow?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like they always find some unique way. It's never the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
always something different.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I mean, like I just searched that like Stan Lee cameos to see what like ones they have ranked or whatever, and the only thing that comes up is should Deadpool take over Stan Lee's?
Yeah, that's the first article I saw. Yeah, that's crazy. And somebody wrote like a full length article. It's on What We Discover or something like that. I think is what it's called. Yeah.
No, but I didn't click on it. I clicked on something else. But this one has a top 10 rankings of the best cameos.
Yeah.
In cinematic and TV. Was he in?
Oh yeah. He's in Mallrat.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that one before.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, he doesn't make cameos in the like Marvel Netflix shows.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't technically own them. But yeah, Deadpool's number 10. The Deadpool ones.
Mm-hmm.
Did he make a cameo in the second Deadpool or not? He was in the I think he was in the trailer for it. Remember, was it when he beat that guy up in the alley in the trailer?
Oh yeah. No, he's in it. He's in it because that's part of that's like the. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you rate and review if you can. If you're on iTunes or any other thing that allows you to do that, that'd mean the world to us. Make sure you download and share with your friends because that helps us get a lot of exposure. If you're listening, in the show notes for like YouTube description, there's the full-length podcast in there as well. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out our blog and website. Jordan's posted tons of blogs, like 3 or 4 in the past like couple of days here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you count the what's it called, the new challenge week one.
Oh yeah, that too. So we had like 3 out in this last week. Go check that out. Check out our Patreon. Donate to the tiers to enhance your viewing and listening experience. Go follow us on all of our social media, our Snapchat, our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and rest in peace, Stanley, man. Never be forgotten. And as always, have a positive and productive day.
Welcome to some shit that's considered legendary.